What is going on, Killer Inc? Gaston here from FK Irons, and today we're here at Gatsop Inc. So I am here to talk about our new machine. Some of you have seen this product. It is today the pre-order at fkirons.com. You can get this machine for $5.99. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the features of this machine and why this machine even exists, because there are a lot of questions regarding the FK1. So first of all, we have in our lineup several machines that are wireless. The Flux version 1, the EXO, and the Flux Max. The Flux Max being our latest release, our flagship machine with all the features that you are going to find in this machine, and the Flux V1, but also some of the digital features such as eGive, the timer, and so on. So this machine is a machine that comes at a price point which is much accessible than all the other machines without sacrificing quality or craftsmanship in this particular product. So how do we achieve that? Is by simply simplifying the whole machine. And obviously there are going to be some trade-offs that you may be drawn more towards this machine or the other one. And the choice is going to be yours, just another offering for those artists that were looking for a product like this one. So let's talk about what's actually unique about this machine. And the first thing is going to be that this one is kind of like a flashlight. You just simply remove the cap and the battery comes off. For the record, you want to actually have the battery with a button up when you put it in. But the cap is not just a cap. The cap has a little bit more than that. As you see, when I remove the cap and put the cap in and twist it into that direction, the machine turns on and boots up. And this feature that I'm going to show you now is a feature that a lot of you guys actually wanted to see in some of the other machines, and it is that now you can turn off and disconnect the battery from the actual electronics by simply turning into the opposite direction. So if I press the button right here, as you're going to see, nothing is going to happen. But if I switch the cap to the other side, the machine is going to turn on. Now, some of you guys may ask, why is that even important? Well, a lot of you guys know that if you leave any product with a battery overnight, it is going to try to drain some battery because the electronics have to be alive in order to determine that you just press the button. It's just like your phone. If you power off your phone completely and you want to make a phone call or tap, nothing is going to happen because the phone is pretty much dead. The battery is disconnected from the electronics. So that's why we did this. So if you're traveling, you could leave the battery here. And as you see, there's a legend there that tells you in which direction things happen. So on that side, if you turn it that side, turns on, this side off, and of course in the middle, you're gonna feel a feedback, and it's when it pops and it comes off. So from there, you go in those directions. So that's that. Now, the next thing that is very similar to the Flux V1 is going to be the voltage range. It goes from 5 volts up to 12 volts in increments of 0.5. So 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, and so on. So that's that. Now, the other thing is that, remember, those that are familiar with the Flux line or the Flux Max, we have made some modularity compatible among the machines, right? So this one doesn't feature the Powerball because, it's the single cell. But the grips are going to be compatible with this machine, and vice versa. If you have this machine, you're going to be able to change that grip with the other machines. But of course, the main benefit here comes when using all the disposable grips that we already make. So any of the disposable grips that we make, from the 33 millimeter, I believe, to 40 something, which is the very, very thick one, are going to fit on this machine as well. So for those folks that like to be, fully disposable, that is going to be great. So what else is new about this machine, or what else is different? And one of the things is going to be that this machine is the first machine that we make in this satin finish. It is a satin finish, matte, but as you can see, there is a glare in the machine, and this is because the surface is not coarse. Surface is very smooth still, and it's going to be really easy to clean this device. So one of the questions that I've been answering a lot among people that have watched my prior lives is that, how much is this machine? Why this machine costs, what it costs, and how you guys are able to make, such a good product at that price. So addressing those questions, the first thing is because we changed the approach of the machine. And this machine, if there's something that I have to say that makes it unique is the simplicity approach from the design to the operation of the device. So obviously this machine is not going to have all the bells and whistles that you're going to find in the Flux Max. And for example, Flux Max uses the Powerball, which the Powerball has its own PC board, its own keyboard, and its own screen. So if you get a combo with 2 batteries, you're talking about twice those components in that system. That's why the price is different, a little bit higher than this machine. Now this one, it has 1 PCB that stays in the machine and 1 keyboard, 1 LED indicator that stays in the machine. And the machine is going to come with 2 cells and an external charger, so you'll be able to have always the battery charging, or as many batteries as you want. Now these batteries are more economic when it comes to obtaining juice for this. You're talking about maybe $10 to $20 depending where you buy this battery, and versus a Powerball that is about $300, $350. But again, Powerball has charger built in. It has all the digital features like eGift, timer. You can switch the screen and so on. So for those artists that honestly don't care about that, and I'm one of those artists, when I tattoo, I just turn on the machine and just go at it. I started tattooing with coil machines. This one is kind of like, in that sense, similar approach. I mean, it's not a coil, but kind of straightforward as that. So it's going to be available on the website right now until the end of the month for $5.99 for the machine with the 2 batteries, and then it goes to $7.99. Again, another question was the materials. What kind of materials do you use in the machine? And the material is actually exactly the same. It's aircraft aluminum 6061 T6, which is the same material that we use on all the Flux machine and all the machines that actually since the beginning. So same material, and this one is the first machine with our own proprietary motor. So I always wanted to design a motor that was flat for this type of machines that had the reliability of the motor of a Spectra Direct, Spectra HX, a Scion. And it took us a couple of years. This motor has been out actually on some of our cosmetic machines, and it's been performing great. So a couple of things that we've done to this particular motor is this motor is not brushless, it's brushed. And because the motor is brushed, we have used brushed motors before, you can expect the same reliability, let's say, of Spectra Direct in this machine. So a couple of things that we changed. The bearings of this motor, this particular motor are actually very thick, bigger, so the shaft is constrained always perfectly concentric with the motor. Customize the winding, for the smooth operation from the 5 to 12 volts. The magnets that we use is the highest rating of neodymium magnets because there are different ratings. So we're using the magnet that is actually the stronger. So therefore, that's going to allow you to allow the motor to create a lot of output without a lot of current consumption. So a lot of things are working in tandem to make this product simple yet reliable. So available at killerinc.com throughout also international distributors, and of course at fkirons.com. I don't know if Killer Inc, are you guys gonna have the machine in any special, Yeah, so the product's coming to England as well, to the UK. But yeah, just give them a shout there on Instagram, and this is it. So should you have any question, drop them in, I guess, in the comment here, and someone, or maybe myself, I'll be able to answer some of your questions regarding the machine. If you're here in Frankfurt, come check it out, try it by yourself. But if not, killerinc.com, pre-order one, enjoy it. Take care. Good?